Of expert card predictions by Alan Vee Psychic, Alan Venturella, which is, of course, my name, and this is part 5. So we're progressing. We go back and forth a little bit, but that's the idea. Review is very good to review. Now, just look at the eights here. As I said, an eight of diamonds is a gift or a payment of money, and if it's on the left, you're giving it. And if it's on the right, you're receiving it from whatever source. But when you have two red eights, this is a trip. And it's a very good trip or a travel. Sometimes it's what, it's something that you really want to do. It's pleasant or it has a good result. In other words, if it was a business trip, the trip would wind up to be very good. If it was a personal trip, it would be a very happy trip. If you went there for a financial reason, it would be profitable. And of course, if it starts with an eight of diamonds, it perhaps has some personal money situation. You might be there to save money buying a car or save money buying some property. Or you went on a trip that was cheaper to travel than you thought. You got a bargain of some kind, but it would have a money element somewhere. And if the Eight of Hearts was first, which is a very positive family personal trip, it means a very happy personal trip. And because two red eights, it's positive. Now, when you have alternating eights, a red and a black one, the trip winds up to be okay. It brings changes, but it's kind of like neutral. It was okay, but it was no great shakes. There was no great problems. When you have two black eights, the trip meets with some delays or problems, or it's a trouble trip. Somebody may get a flat tire, be in a fender bender, or they go there to look at a house and they can't find anything that they really want, or the trip is delayed for some reason and postponed, and the person wants to go somewhere and it hasn't worked out for them. It has any one of those ramifications. And of course, these still maintain a rule. This is a worry over a business situation. So it could also be a business trip or a trip about a job or a trip with financial consequences. Now, again, eight of hearts, eight of spades. The trip is okay. It winds up okay. The changes are okay, but it's no great shakes. And like I said, the nine of diamonds, which I mentioned, is extra money. But then again, we're looking at another aspect. We're talking about two red nines together is a positive change in a business situation or a job situation. But the changes work out for the better. Sometimes it's a raise or a promotion, or somebody's job improved to a great extent where they're happy with what they're doing. But there's always some ramifications that makes it a pleasant change. And then you have the situation where you have alternating red and black. And this is neutral changes. Things change, but in a way, the change really didn't make any difference to you. And then you have the two black nines, which is changes of a work situation and a negative changes. In other words, the changes affect you, but affect you in a negative way. Sometimes under this aspect, somebody they'll be laid off or fired or demoted, or their hours are reduced. It could be anything like that, or they work with somebody that's difficult to work with, a new employee. But the change is of a negative aspect. It's not something that the person's happy with, even though the nine of clubs just means for sure. It's still a dark card. It's not a negative card. It's one of the black cards that's not negative or positive. It depends on what card is with them. Now, sometimes for sure can mean some money's coming in too, But in any event, the changes in a business or a work situation would be very neutral. Where the two black changes is a negative change. And again, if it's a heart and a spade, it's a neutral change. It almost has the same effects as not changing at all. But now we'll be going on to another video.